Hello there and welcome to another video on Python. Today we will be discussing about data types, variables and assignments. So let's begin with data types. Now during the course of writing a program, one has to deal with different data such as numbers, names to perform various operations. Like we can perform addition, subtraction while we are dealing with numbers. But can we perform these operations with names or set of values? Well, in order to deal with situations like these, data types were introduced in programming so that it is easy to identify the type of data we are dealing with and what kind of operations we can perform on it. So we can say that data types are just the means to identify the type of data and set of valid operations for it. Now Python has following data types. First is your numbers, then comes the string, then the list, then tuples, and the last is your dictionaries. So let us see these data types one by one. First, the numbers. Python offers following data types to store and process different types of numeric data. The first one is your integers. Well, these are the whole numbers with no decimal point and can be either positive or negative. For example, 1, -2, 3, etc. Then comes the floating point numbers. These are the real numbers and are of the form a dot b, where a is the integer part, your dot is the decimal part or decimal point, and b is your fractional part. Now, examples of floating point numbers are 5.7, 3.65, -7.2, etc. Then comes your complex numbers. Well, these are composite numbers and are made up of two quantities. The first one is your real part and the second one is your imaginary part. These are of the form a plus b j, where a and b are of float types and j is the imaginary number whose value is square root of -1. The next comes the string, which is a sequence of characters written within single or double quotes and can hold any type of known characters. That is, it can hold letters, numbers and special characters of any known scripted language. For example, ABC, which is written in single quotes, Python, which is written within double quotes, a number that is 123, which is written within double quotes. Remember that here the number is written within double quotes, so it behaves like a string, not like a number or numeric value. The next comes the list, which is a group of comma separated values of any data type within square brackets. The examples of list are as follows. The first is the group of numbers separated by commas and are within the square brackets. The second one, these are the group of characters within single quotes and each of these characters, they are separated by comma. And the third one is your mixed list, which contains a character, an integer and a floating point value. Next comes the tuples. Now these are also a group of comma separated values of any data type but within parentheses. So let's see the example here. The first tuple is a group of number which are separated by commas. The second one is a group of characters and the third is the group of mixed values. Then comes the dictionaries. Now dictionaries is an unordered set of comma separated key values pairs within curly brackets. In dictionary, no two keys can be same. That is, here keys are unique as we use these keys to access its corresponding values. So let's see an example of a dictionary. Here we have a comma separated key values pair written within curly brackets. Now in this example, the left side of the colon denotes the key and to the right of the colon is its value. Now all these things will be clear to you when we will dive into these data types later in the course. For now, let's move our focus to variables and its assignments. Now, what is a variables? Now, variables are storage locations whose values can be manipulated during program run. Now, to create a variable in Python, what you have to do is you have to first assign a value to that variable. And the type of value which is being assigned to the variable becomes its type. That is, if the value is integer type, then your variable will be of integer type, and if the value which is being assigned is of string type, then the variable will be of string type. Now in Python, the variables are not containers, they are the referers, that is, they point to certain value. Now let us see how a value is assigned to a variable and what actually happens internally. So here is an example where we have assigned Python to a variable a. Let us see what happens internally. Now when you assign a value to a variable, in our case we have assigned Python to a. So what happens here is, here a points to that memory location where Python is stored. That is, here a points to the memory location 14567. Python also supports dynamic typing. That is, here a variable pointing to a value of certain type can be made to point to a variable of different type. For example, we have assigned Python to a, and during the course of time, what we did, we assigned another value, that is 100, to the variable a. Now what happens is, a refers to the current value, not the previous one. So let us see how this happens internally. Now during the beginning of the program, a points to the memory location where Python is stored. That is, your a points to the memory location 14567, and here is a place where your Python is stored. Now during the course of time, what we did is we assigned another value to a, which is 100. Now what happens is, the link between the variable and the location is destroyed, and your variable points to the new location, that is 15657, and this is the place where 100 is stored. And this is what a dynamic typing is. So let's see these concepts in Spyder by taking some examples. Now first we will create a variable, and what we will do is we will call this variable. But here is a twist, we will not assign any value to this variable, and we will see what happens. So let us create a variable a, and when I press enter, an error is generated, and if you look closely to it, the error which is being generated is name error, and it says name a is not defined. So in order to use the variable in Python, you have to assign the value to that variable at the time of declaration. Now if we will assign a to 100, now we will see that no error is being generated as we have defined a. Now in order to see to which data type your variable belongs, there is a function in Python which is type, which returns the type of the data that variable holds. Now as we are checking what kind of data a holds, we will type type within brackets a, and we will see that your a holds integer type data. We can also say that the data type of the variable a is int. As we have read that the variables here they are not containers, that is, they don't contain any value, they just merely refer to a certain memory location. So in Python, we can also find the location of the value to which the variable points by using a function called id. So if we need to find to which location a points, we will write id a, and if we need to print what a contains, then what we can do is we can just write a and it will give the value of a, which is 100. But if you are writing a program and if you need to print certain values, you have to use the print function to do that. Now Python also supports dynamic typing, that is, here a variable pointing to a value of a certain type can be made to point to a value of different type. Now let us see what it means. So what we are going to do here is we will take the same variable a, and what we will do is we will assign Python to a. Now if we want to see to which value a refers to now, what we will do is we will simply write a, and on execution what we see that now a refers to Python, not to its previous value, which is 100. Now this is what a dynamic typing is. Now if you want to see the type of data a holds, or you may say that to which data type a belongs, what you will do is you will simply type a. We have got that a belongs to string type, because now a refers to a value which is of string type. Now if you want to see to which location a points at present, you will write id a, and what it will give is which gives the current location to which a points. Well, we will end our discussion here and we will meet again with a new topic. Till then, bye bye and take a very good care of yourself.